My name is Ian Walsh, and this is Masters of the Market, joined with Jeremy Bowers. Thank you for coming on, sir.
Thanks, man.
So we've had Jeremy on before, but this is a totally different light. This is going to be a big scene, I think, across the entire real estate industry in Philadelphia, having Jeremy here, and it's not for what a lot of people think. Jeremy has moved forward and pursued a passion that he's had for a long time, and I would say probably you were a closet investor.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
So now he's out of the closet and he is full-time investing, and he's with TCS Investments, and he is spearheading a major undertaking, partnered with in the TCS Investments division to do flips, to do turnkey projects, and a lot of buy and hold, and that is his new drive in life. So I'm not going to overshadow or speak for you. A lot of people that watch this are going to know who Jeremy Bowers is already. He was obviously a killer at his prior job, and we're just so excited to have him here as a partner in TCS Investments. And Jeremy, just talk to me, like, what's been going on in your life? Talk to everybody that's going to be watching. Like, what's been going on? Where are you going? What can everybody know right now that makes sense? And the floor is yours, my friend.
So, yeah, wasn't really planning on this. Was very happy where I was at. It was a great company. Prior to this, 2003, I got in the real estate game, did it 2 years part-time, got into it full-time, built a sales team up to about 175 units for 6 years. Then got asked to take over an office and got the top 10 in recruiting and growth in the company out of the country, out of 800 offices. We did that for 6 years, and was perfectly happy around unbelievable people and unbelievable organization. And then I got this opportunity, and it was hard to pass up. So what my role is, I'm leaving the retail world and getting into the investment world, and I'm going to be focusing on turnkey investment properties in the sense of rentals and flips. So I'll be running that division for the company here, and a couple of us are partners in it, and we have the right people in place. Now I got to deliver it. And what we'll be doing differently is I'm going to be in charge of finding off-market deals. I already have that in place of lead sources that we have up to about 21 different ways we're going to have off-market deals. And then number two is once those leads come in, we got to have investors. So what we do is we actually have a lot of money investors that are part of TCS management or are clients already of these guys, of Ian, Ben, Grav. And what we're going to do with them is I will have that set up with them, and they'll have the opportunity to buy them. And then we'll have our construction crews that we have set up that will actually go out and rehab them. And then we'll property manage them, and then we'll get our fee for the turnkey. And then for the flips, we'll obviously do flips. I have plenty of experience on that. And then rentals, we're going to buy and hold as a group on that. We have a lot of mentorship and a lot of opportunity. We're very lucky. Mr. Aller has $2 billion in real estate. I think it's around 17,000 units he owns and 35,000 property management from the website. He's in the building with us, which we're very, very lucky. We got Rittenhouse Realty. We're lucky to have those guys in the building. We got hard money lenders. Ian's a part of this with what we're doing here at TCS Investments. So what we're going to be doing is, then we got TCS Management here. So we have all these types of pieces. We're putting them together and leveraging each of our talents and trying to see how much we can impact the off-market and investment market business here in Philadelphia. If it goes great, we'll do Philly. We can expand out other marketplace. If not, we love Philly. We'll just stay at Philly and do it. So the sky's the limit. Today I was working on those plans, and Ian and I were just talking beforehand about retirement policies, retirement, what we're doing. And really what we're doing right now is trying to plan where we want to end our life, and we're building it backwards. And what I've learned is, put really, really smart people in a room, find their talents. It's actually not a good thing to have talents that are the same. Have talents that are different, put them together. It's just like basketball. You look at the all-star team, it's not 5 centers or 5 shooting guards. There's a great defender, there's a great low post player, there's a great shooter, there's a great ball controller. That's what these guys are putting in place, and I wasn't looking at all because I was perfectly happy where I was at. But when I saw this opportunity, it was hard to pass up, and I just another piece in the puzzle have some great people. So we'll see where it's going to take us.
Yeah, so you talk about reverse engineering your life. Or your goal or your destination. Jeremy's big on that. A lot of people that know, I've come to learn a lot more about Jeremy, and I remember it wasn't that long ago that we had a conversation. I said, I didn't know him well enough from a business sense to know if he was the right person when I was talking with the other partners, Gaurav and Ben, and they were like, he's the right person, trust me. And they knew Jeremy better. And it only took about, I don't know, 10 minutes of speaking with him to understand how his mind works, and understanding like, oh my gosh, this is one of the most talented individuals I've ever been around. And it's really exciting. You know, it's like we try to look at this as we're all pillars holding the building up, and we had 3 and the building would fall without 4. So we're just super excited for Jeremy to be part of it. And honestly, it's really, you know, I can tell that this is your passion. Like, you want to be in investing, you want to own this stuff, and we're all about it, right? It's like he said, he came over to a team of, there's just amazing people in the building, right? Like he said, you have the Aller family, obviously with Gold Aller, they are absolute monsters. You have Rittenhouse Realty upstairs, Rittenhouse Capital Advisors upstairs. You have TCS Management on this floor, overseeing 2,000 units in the city. Other major players are coming inbound as we speak. So this building operates as a hub for extreme talent in the city right now, and it's amazing to just. And I'm sure, you know, everybody in this office that didn't know Jeremy, that does now know Jeremy. Just a little time they spend with him, he offers so much, whether it's in business or outside of business, or expanding your mind. Which I think this video, Dream It, Plan It, Live It. He pushes people's boundaries, and he pushes his own boundaries. So I think that's a pretty good segue into my question. So you were in a different line of work in the real estate industry, but and you were perfectly good where you were.
Yep.
And something in you said, I'm going to push my boundaries. Like, it had to have, right? So how did you come to that conclusion? This was the move to push your boundaries and decide, this is what I want to do. Why this, and why did you make the move when you did?
So, life with no regrets is hard. You know, like everybody says, I want to do this, and this. And I read this thing from Scale, Jeff Hoffman. I've been very fortunate to meet him recently and get coached by him. Is why not? And that's actually his comment at the end of his book. You know, why not? You look back in life. I don't, you know, everybody's life's different. You look where you grew up, and one of the things with me, I was lucky. I grew up in Punxsutawney, Western Pennsylvania, very poor area. My dad was a pharmacist, my mom was a speech pathologist, and I'm actually glad they didn't take any risks. For years, I was a little, you know, maybe wish my dad would have taken some more risk in the pharmacy business. He was very, very successful, had a great business, but he never took any risks. And actually, I'm glad he didn't, because I look back at my life. If he would have taken his risks, I would never met my wife. No disrespect for being back home, I love it, but I would never have ventured out. I would not have my daughter, and I would not have the friends I have today and the opportunities, because he would have taken a risk. I would have been where I was at. So when I look at my life, I say, you know what? I got to learn from what my dad did and didn't do, and he didn't take that risk. So for me, it was very, very hard. I love the people I work with, truly, truly did. But the challenge was I wanted to, you know, take it to the next level, and I got this opportunity. So that's why I took an opportunity out of it, got out of the brokerage business, and got into the investment side business. And, you know, I'm glad my dad didn't take that risk now, because it gave me the opportunity to do it. And we'll see where we take it. As we speak, we're talking about where we want to take this and how we're going to build it backwards, and see how many people we can bring into this, and how many lives we can impact, and how many family members and people in the Philadelphia marketplace that we can change the game and put a different model in place. You know, you talk to Jeff Hoffman, Priceline.com. One of the things he says in journaling is, I do 5 things in a day. I journal, I meditate, I work out of some sort, and it only can be up to 15 minutes. I'm not like in the freaking gym pounding weights every day. Probably should be, I'm not, but I'm a tennis guy, so I don't need to be that big. But journaling, meditating, what you're thankful for, working out, and exercising is the 5th thing. But in that, what Jeff Hoffman and these guys talk about is, in that journaling, read something that you don't know anything about and journal about it. He talked about how Uber was created. He talked about how Amazon was created. Uber was actually created because a guy noticed that there was a lot of people not using their car, and he was over in Europe, and Europe was talking about the amount of people that don't use their homes. And he's like, when people started renting them out, and he was like, wait, well, people aren't in their car that much. Why do they need a car all day? Why don't they just Uber and do car share? You know, Amazon originally was created with books, right? Which they realized get really good at one thing and then expand out. It was just a vehicle. So we believe all our business models we have here can expand out and feed each other. And we're just lucky that Mr. Aller is able to put this building together and put all these different real estate minds in one building and leverage each other. So the end, our challenge is just where do we want to take it? We're putting the right people in place, but the question is where do we want to take it? And we're in our infancy right now, I believe it. Between all the different things we have going on. So I'm excited about it, and we just got to figure out where we want to take it, and it lies with impact.
Yeah, I think a big part of that, and is Gaurav was in here earlier. Gaurav Gambhir was talking about how, actually right before we filmed this video, he said, knock on wood, I'm thankful every day to have the people we have around us right now, and it's such a good team. Talent-wise, it's incredible. I mean, it's hard to pull this much talent together. You have one person like this in an office, and that's the talented person. But we have across the board. You have so much talent in this building. It's humbling to everybody. I mean, every day I walk in here, I know, I'm not the guy. I'm not the man, right? There's always a bigger fish in this building, that's for sure. And the same token, it adds and it pushes boundaries on a daily basis because you have so many access to so many talented minds that add different perspective. All of us individually successful in our own undertakings, we did it with the perspective we had at that moment. And it's really interesting, at least for me, and Jeremy, I know you've been picking up on it and certainly adding to it. I listen very much when Jeremy speaks because his perspective is different than a lot of people's in a good way. It adds things to ways that maybe you didn't look at something. And the nice thing is when you have such talent adding a different perspective, you can skin a cat in more than one way, and a lot of times a better way. And that's where we are right now. I love watching. If you come down to, it's 107 South 2nd Street. That's where we're located. Besides the fact the building's amazing, with the game room going up top, we were just talking about that. Jeremy's got a killer office setup. It's very designed, very strategically designed to how he needs it. Organization charts and all these things that people growing a business could really look at. We were just talking the other day. I said, Jeremy, I'll give you input whenever you need it, man. But man, your mind is so positioned to open and run and successfully develop a business that it's just like we're here when you need us. But our perspective, I walk by his office and I learn. That's important to me and anybody that's in this building. So I don't know, Jeremy, is there anything you want to let everybody know that you didn't or have not spoken to, or where, anything at all?
Man, if you're just watching this video and you're trying to decide, where you're at in your life, I don't care if you're in a real estate game or non-real estate game. I talk about this a lot, and I've been lucky, getting business coaches that are mentors or just unbelievable people. Number one tip I'd say is find a person who's that knows a little bit more than you and leverage them in whatever part of your life. Number two, hire a coach. And number three, figure out what your why is. And then from there, you can, basically dream it, plan it, and live it, and whatever part of your life that is. And don't be afraid to fail. You look back at the failures. I've screwed up real estate investing, but guess what I did? When I screw up, I learn and I put systems in place. And the Michael Jordan quote, I'm not going to say it right now. It's very long, but it's hanging up in my house. Is if you're not shooting enough, you're not filling enough, right? So that in place is what Ian's just talking about. There is put the right people in place, learn from each other, and have a balanced life. At the end of the day, what are we doing all this for? We're hustling, we're working, we're doing all this stuff. What's your end game? What are you trying to get at? Do you want a balanced life? Do you want to work all the time? Do you want to be healthy? Do you not want to be healthy? Do you want more friends? Do you want a better family life? For me, I've been very blessed. I got part of an organization called Go Abundance. It's about health, wealth, giving back, happiness, and adventure. It's getting me to do things I never thought I would do, getting me to challenge myself, my body more than I ever thought I could. And guess what? I screw up daily, but what I've learned is if I can continue to learn each day from what I'm doing, I can get better. And a lot of that's just from trial and error and learning from other people, and maybe because I got a 680 on SAT scores and need to figure out how life works. But what I always have done is observe, figure it out, and try to build a better way based upon other people's mistakes or my mistakes. So whatever you're doing in your life, put a system in place. And if you want help with that, or you want some coaches, or you want some mentors, or you want some people to help you do that, let me know. Actually, this Sunday, we're starting a new 7-week video series with my wife and my family on basically families. And we want to write a book by the time my daughter's 12. She's 8 right now, called Success for Families or something like that. And guess what? Our family messes up, but we're trying to learn every day and trying to become better people and, better as a society. So there's all different things we can share with you. So if there's anything you want, book tips, coaching tips, what you screwed up on, what we're doing well, any of that kind of stuff, just think of me as a connector. That's really my strength, Ian. It's not brain smarts. It's just observing things and connecting. You need a money guy, I got a money guy. You need a contractor, I got a contractor. You need a lawyer, you need a lawyer. You need a party planner, I need just everybody has their certain strengths, and that's been mine all my life. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to connect them, how to make money, and how to balance, and how to impact people's lives. So I want to leave you with that. Best way to get in touch with me is my email, Jeremy C. Bowers at Gmail, or my phone number, 215-370-9107. And you can always catch me on Facebook. And please don't underestimate Facebook Live. If you're not using Facebook Live right now, you're missing the boat. I can't believe the amount of people have reached out to me for different advice and want to invest and do different things on Facebook Live. And I just want to leave that with you. Jeremy Bowers coaching page and then Jeremy Bowers personal page. But we're here for you. And I can't tell you I'll help you. It's just that I'll connect you with the right person. If I can, I will tell you. And if I can't, I'll connect you, because if you're watching this video, you're taking the first step to getting a better life, and you deserve it before we all die.
Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate that. We're all excited to have you, man. I know for certain I can speak for that, and everybody I've spoken to is so excited to have you here. A lot of people are actually in awe. A couple people in the office, I think, were nervous to talk to you. But
that was because it got exaggerated on who I was.
Yeah. So we're excited, and as Jeremy said, you know where to contact him. As you guys know, I'm Ian at hardmoneybankers.com, and easily accessible. If you really want to come down and see the building, be my guest. It's a fun place, 107 South 2nd Street in Old City. And hopefully you got everything out you wanted to say. I got everything out I wanted to say, and we'll move on from there.
Have a great day.